You can choose a superpower, but the first person to reply can choose a side effect. What superpower do you choose? I have the ability to fly. You get airsick and have to throw up every time you fly. You doomed us all, as if those damn pigeons were not enough. You lack the ability to land safely, the ability to stop time for 1 hour each day. It stops you as well. I already have this power, but of course nobody can tell. You find out the power is actually common and must now fight with the others who live in the timeless world. Doctor Strange, madness in multiverse. Being able to turn invisible. Any sound you make is 10 times louder while you're invisible. This made me laugh. This is such a genius reply. I am both upset and impressed. Imagine the breathing sounds, my lord. I'd shit my pants if we were in the same place. That could be a lot of fun actually. Imagine being able to turn invisible and have Gandalf level projection. Imagine going to church or an elevator and farting. No one will know who did it, and it would be the loudest fart ever. Would be so funny to make a loud and proud fart and have no one take responsibility. Usually the loud ones people will claim. Imagine the confusion. Very loud fart noises. Still useful. You can traverse through the cameras that don't record sound, or I don't know, rob a deaf bank. Every step you take while invisible is replaced by a duck noise. Being invisible will automatically make you blind as no light interact with you. Reposting from myself. Another AskReddit thread. Maybe you could have almost invisible eyes, as long as they absorb some of the light and let the rest pass through. You can see, but darker. Maybe the power comes with better low light vision, and other people would only see dim bits of eye. The lenses for focusing the light, and a pretty small bit of retina. Though if the power was more of a bending light around you power, those pieces would only be visible to someone who aligns the focus point, fovea of their retina perfectly with yours. Or it can be like retro-reflective panels on sci-fi crafts, like a bajillion tiny magic cameras that record everything around you and project their recordings on the opposite side of you, and between them and you. So you and the people behind you would see the same projections, and effectively it'd be the same as being invisible. Creating black holes that sucks everything into it. You're built for everything that goes missing. I don't have enough money. Sad pensive face. Just suck the bills into the black holes. Woo. Sarui sai. You get sucked into the first black hole you created. Then I make black holes in black holes. Whoa. Body swap. You have an extremely painful form of genital herpes that follows you from body to body and flares up every time you swap bodies. WTF. This is why Reddit is the best social platform, my boy. Who hurt you? Calm down, lol. You still only see out of your own eyes. So, no difference then. Telekinesis. Only 4 items over 4,000 pounds. So I can lift your mother? When I last carried her she only weighed about 10 pounds. Then we scattered her. Capital F. According to Google, an average size person makes 5 pounds of ash, so you weren't wrong. The worst roast she's gotten since being cremated. Straight up murder. It drains your energy and you won't feel tired from it, potentially killing you because of it. The ability to reply to my own comment. Okay, but you have mind control. This is good. I approve. Of course you do. It's what I told you to think. Reality can be whatever you wish. Ingenious. He told you to think that too. Teleportation. But you cannot control at what altitude you appear. So I could end up underground. If it's just upwardly vertical, then I'd carry a parachute everywhere. Works until you reappear at the reverse Goldilocks zone. High enough to injure, die. Too low for the chute to slow you enough. Well, if you appear in this zone, you have to first accelerate to terminal velocity, so the parachute doesn't need to slow you down, just prevent you from speeding up. Base jumping. Water damages you and humans try to kill you for enderpy rules. You have to be completely naked for it to work. Super speed reaction times. You simply perceive everything slower than a normal person, so you have to experience life in slow motion. Good lord, imagine having to be at work in slow motion. Ugh, you have to wait for every webpage to load. I just download every TV show ever and watch them at 5x speed. Actually a genius plan, until you realize they would download in slow motion too. Life would be so boring. Control of the elements. You can only control them while naked and jumping. This would be very inconvenient during battle. The elements get control over you. To steal other people's powers. but it'll only be half as good, and one at a time. This is basically Kakashi, the copycat ninja, from Naruto. Still feel up though. Be careful what you wish for, my man. Stealing the ability to fly, you'll fly in circles an inch above the ground as one of your wings is broken. Being able to go stealth, yeah, but your legs are still visible. That can be everywhere at the same time, but what if others don't have superpowers? Being able to manipulate atoms coherently and at will, but only one at a time. Yo, I am about to send thousands of chlorine atoms down your throat one at a time. Fuck. Thousands of chlorine atoms is not much at all. In fact, it is so little that it is really hard to imagine. If you create 1 billion gold atoms every second, it will take 1.2 billion years to create 1 gram of gold. Sorry bro, edit. Spelling. Mind control edit. Wait, did I just stop myself from getting a side effect by accidentally quoting Sabaton? Except for your own. Well, that's nothing new. But every time you try to control someone, your memory starts fading away. Mosquitoes aren't biting me all the time. Mosquitoes don't bite you anymore, but only because they're repelled by your body odor. But everything else is. Flying. Every time you fly you have explosive diarrhea. Well, shti. Yeah, like a bird. Poopity. Gas powered. Talk to fish. But the fish talk back. And they are verbally abusive. And somehow they know all of the shti you're most sensitive about. Like that one time you had a one-night stand with the promiscuous dolphin. They'll never let that one go. And while you're at sea they all surround you, calling you names you're sensitive about, making you so self-conscious you go to a psychiatrist and get into a mental ward. Water causes you physical pain. I can read people's minds. You can read only male minds. I'll become the world's greatest general. Some people can also read yours, and you have no idea who. Being able to run or fly up to the speed of light. But once you start you can't stop. Bending spacetime edit. I get that having mass makes you bend spacetime. What I should have said is control the bending of spacetime. But whatever you do is permanent. That would be scary as duck. If he can bend spacetime, can't he bend it the opposite way to undo what he did? You are not immune to the effects. Create the food that I want to eat whenever I want. However, the food item's always one day past its use by. The best by date often just means when it tastes best, so it would still be edible. Create copies of myself to be a superhero that can be everywhere at the same time. But your copies are just lasting 30 minutes. I'm sorry. Or, well, I mean, I can still try to save the world if I'm at the right position at the right time. Copies view themselves as the original. They fear death as much as you do and will kill you if it means they themselves can live. To make people who reply nice things to my Reddit posts beautiful and healthy. Except you are also good at sex. Every time it happens you will silently fart with the smell of roses. Edit. A word. I'm okay with this. USB on the first try. You are magnetic and delete all data upon touching it. Good thing we don't use magnetic storage that much anymore. Needs to be formatted every time, unless you plug it in a second time. I can cure any disease at will. You can only do it by giving the person a shoulder massage. But only if you touch the person. You become famous for it, and every waking moment is demanded by people begging your aid. Every moment of your life not trying to use it on as many people as you can get to as an avoidable death is on your head. And many people in the medical community give up and send the hard cases your way rather than pushing medicine ahead. When you die eventually of old age, you've either lived a life of altruistic slavery and set back medicine for nearly a century or turned your back on the sick and dying to prioritize yourself. You monster. Super strength edit. This has produced some really random replies. But you still have the same body structure so you can lift a train but you will break your arms with the weight. Makes sense. Poor Deku. But the lighter something is the harder it is for you to move. So you can pick up a car with one hand but wouldn't be able to interact with a feather at all. Interesting one. You function like the Hulk, yet instead of becoming stronger when angry, you become more slippery. Good luck grabbing anything when you can't even stand. Shaper shifting. But you don't control when it happens or what shape you shift to. You could be sitting having dinner in a nice restaurant and suddenly, oh shit, you're an aardvark in a suit. The power to endure any side effect. Then you don't get to choose a proper superpower. Wait. I'm rich. But every time you pay for something, it costs a certain percent of your total value, making you just as wealthy as others. That's some monkey's paw stuff right there. Having a 12-inch pianist. The pianist is a DCK. Can only play songs by Skrillex. Gyrokinesis. Gravitational manipulation. This will by default give you limited control over time because of gravitational time dilation. Cool, never thought of that. For items that weigh only exactly 69 pounds. Talk to animals. Animals are huge assholes and insult you all the time. Serious side effect, you adopt some behavior from every animal you talk to. You can understand animals, all animals, even bugs. They'll talk to each other all the time. You cannot shut out their conversations. Good luck sleeping. I can possess people. Only if you give them money. I have a speech skill of 200. Intelligence 7. Time stops when I sleep. You age 100 times faster when you're asleep. Shaper shifting, but only to an inanimate object. The ability to instantly teleport anywhere on Earth that I choose. You can't teleport to the same country twice. Being able to find the clitoris, but only your mother's. You're only into dudes. The ability to create valuable memorabilia from thin air. But they only last for 20 minutes, so you have to sell them fast and run for it. Mind control. You can only hear what they think about you, but only while concentrating, and your unconsecrated form is ugly. However, you stay the same age and injuries follow. You're immortal. You never have pockets. You can only teleport once a decade. Every time you create a portal, a DCK comes out of it that you have to suck before using it. Those animals instantly want to rape you for the rest of their life. Each time you use your superpower, you explode and turn into goo that slowly forms into you again. But everyone blames you for the issues you're fixing.